SpaceX's next battle isn't Starship, it's building the world's first rocket economy. What if I told you that SpaceX isn't really building Starship for Mars? That sounds crazy. Build a rocket powerful enough to carry massive payloads to orbit. Build a vehicle capable of reaching the Moon, Mars, and beyond. Build something larger and more ambitious than anything that had ever flown before. That challenge consumed countless prototypes, explosive test flights, engineering setbacks, and years of development. But now, a surprising shift is happening. The rocket is no longer the center of the story. SpaceX is preparing to manufacture Starships at a scale the aerospace industry has never seen. New launch sites are rising in Florida. Massive infrastructure projects are underway. Entire facilities are being redesigned around a future filled with giant, reusable rockets. And suddenly, a new problem is emerging. The question is no longer whether SpaceX can build Starship. The question is whether the rest of the world is ready for Starship. Because the company appears to be preparing for a future where rockets are launched so frequently that spaceports, power grids, fuel systems, and industrial infrastructure may struggle to keep up. And that future could arrive much sooner than many people realize. From building rockets to building a rocket factory, SpaceX has always moved faster than traditional aerospace companies. Falcon 9 changed the economics of launch through reusability. Starlink created a demand for launch capability that no other company could match. Then came Starship, a vehicle designed to carry more cargo than any operational rocket in history. Most people focus on the rocket itself, the stainless steel body, the giant super heavy booster, the massive Raptor engines. But one of the most important projects happening today is not a rocket at all. SpaceX is constructing enormous manufacturing facilities designed to dramatically increase Starship production. Reports suggest the company is ultimately targeting a production capability measured in hundreds and eventually up to 1,000 Starships per year. Think about that for a moment. The entire history of spaceflight has been built around relatively small numbers of rockets. Even the most successful launch providers produce vehicles in quantities that would seem tiny compared to SpaceX's long-term ambitions. 1,000 Starships annually would represent a completely different philosophy. That's not a rocket program, that's industrial-scale transportation. The real meaning behind 1,000 Starships. Many people hear the number and immediately think about Mars. Mars remains a major goal, but the production target suggests a much bigger vision. A fleet of hundreds of Starships could support Starlink deployment, lunar missions, military contracts, commercial space stations, cargo transportation, deep space exploration, and eventually human settlement beyond Earth. One rocket cannot create that future, but transportation network can. SpaceX appears to be treating Starship the same way modern industries treat airplanes. Success is no longer measured only by performance, it's measured by scale. How many vehicles can be built? How quickly can they be launched? How rapidly can they be reused? Those questions are becoming just as important as thrust, payload capacity, and engine performance. And that shift is beginning to reshape SpaceX's entire strategy. Florida is becoming the operational center. While Starbase in Texas remains the heart of Starship development, another transformation is happening more than 1,000 miles away. Florida. At Kennedy Space Center, work continues on Launch Complex 39A, one of the most historic launch sites in the world. This is the same pad that supported Apollo missions and space shuttle launches. Soon, Starship could be launching from there as well. At the same time, SpaceX is developing another major Starship site at Space Launch Complex 37. A future with frequent Starship launches cannot depend on a single launch pad. The company appears to be building a system designed for continuous operations. That approach resembles an airport network far more than a traditional space program. Instead of occasional launches separated by months, SpaceX is laying the foundation for routine access to space. Flight 13 reveals the bigger plan. Preparation for Starship Flight 13 offers a glimpse into how serious SpaceX has become about scaling operations. One detail that received significant attention was a series of water deluge system tests. At first glance, that may not sound exciting. Yet these systems are critical. When Starship launches, the engines generate enormous heat, pressure, and acoustic energy. The water deluge system helps protect the launch pad and surrounding infrastructure from damage. Conducting repeated tests from Orbital Launch Pad 2 signals something important. SpaceX is not simply preparing for the next launch. The company is preparing for many launches. Reliable infrastructure becomes increasingly important as launch frequency rises. A launch pad designed for occasional use faces very different requirements than one expected to support a steady stream of flights. Every test, every upgrade, and every construction project points toward the same objective, like higher cadence, faster turnaround, and greater capacity. The rocket may grab headlines, but the infrastructure tells the real story. A new bottleneck appears. For most of Starship's development, the vehicle itself was the primary bottleneck. Engineers faced a relentless gauntlet of existential questions. Could the engines fire reliably? Would the booster survive the punishing forces of re-entry? Could the ship successfully attain orbit? And ultimately, could the entire vehicle be recovered and reused? Those questions dominated the conversation. Today, a different challenge is beginning to emerge. Infrastructure. Recent reports suggest that portions of Kennedy Space Center were never designed for an era dominated by giant, reusable, super heavy rockets. Power systems, fuel delivery networks, utilities, transportation systems, and launch facilities may require substantial upgrades. That creates a fascinating situation. SpaceX may soon have the ability to manufacture Starships faster than supporting infrastructure can accommodate them. Building rockets is difficult. Modernizing entire spaceports can be even harder. Construction projects require funding, regulatory approvals, coordination between agencies, and years of planning. Infrastructure often evolves more slowly than technology. And for perhaps the first time in modern spaceflight, launch capacity rather than rocket capability could become the limiting factor. Rockets are becoming infrastructure. SpaceX's long-term vision treats rockets less like specialized machinery and more like foundational transportation infrastructure. While this shift sounds subtle, its implications are monumental. Airlines thrive on frequency, shipping companies scale, and railroads capacity. By applying these exact operational principles to spaceflight, SpaceX is fundamentally redefining the industry. The Gigabay factories, the Florida launch expansion, the infrastructure investments, and the push toward rapid reuse all support the same objective: making access to space routine. That goal remains extraordinarily ambitious. And then the ultimate clue dropped: Terafab, a project so massive it sounds like pure science fiction. Reports reveal that Musk wants to manufacture up to 1 terawatt of AI computing capacity every single year. Not megawatts, not gigawatts, terawatts. The space is mind-boggling, but the real kicker isn't the power itself, it's where that intelligence is heading: space. And just like that, the true purpose of Starship comes into focus. AI data centers are fast becoming the most power-hungry facilities on Earth. Every tech giant faces the exact same bottleneck. How do you secure enough electricity when local grids are already redlining? Now imagine a radical alternative. Move the computing infrastructure into orbit. Positioned above the clouds, these data centers would tap into continuous, uninterrupted sunlight. No weather, no transmission bottlenecks, zero competition with cities for vital resources. It sounds like science fiction, until you realize we finally have the heavy machinery to build it. Starship was designed for exactly this scale of orbital logistics. One thing's certain: Starship was never just a rocket to Mars. It's the foundational infrastructure for everything that comes next. If this vision succeeds, the era of exploration is over, and the era of space industry has begun.